Okay, so this is the project we've created. You can go back to the portal view and start all over again if you wish. So here now I'm starting all over again. So we just go to create new project and give it a name. So let's call it, so I'll just delete this and type TIA training. And yeah. So I'll call this TIA training and then I simply press rate. So it asks me if I want to save the changes to the current project, and I said yes. In this way, a new project will be created, and the name will be called TIA training. Now, from this point, I am currently in the project view. So here is where I could add the project I want to create. Do I still want to open an existing project or I want to create a new project? So I still have other options here to go back and create a new project or add an existing project. So here she says the first step project CIA training was opened successfully. Please select the next step. So this part is just simply telling me that the project CIA training has been created and my project is going to be stored in this file CIA training. Whatever I do under this project will be under TIA training. So under here, I can now select configure a device, write a PLC program, configure technology objects, configure an HMI screen, or I can just open the project view. What I want to do here is to configure a device because I don't want to write a PLC program straight up. If I do that, I wouldn't be including the PLC or the IO devices, so I will just go here straight and click configure a device. So this window is what we call the project view, and it's over here. It's called the project view. So I'll simply click configure a device. Now it says show all devices. Have no device here. So I will just go to the next part. We say add a new device. So here I'm going to select the controller I want. As you can see, with Sierra Portal, you can program S7 1200, Smartick S7 1500, Smartick Drive Controller, Smartick S7 300, Smartick S7 400, Smartick ET 200 CPU, and device proxy. So I'm going to be configuring S7 PLC. So here I'll select S7 PLC and then I'll select CPU. I have a variety of CPUs to select. I'm going to select the one that I'm actually going to use physically or the one I'm going to simulate. So here I will select S7 1211C ACDC RLY. And under this, we have various versions. So I'll select 6ES7211 1BE40 0XB0. So I'm going to select this. And here, under this, I still have various versions 4.0, 4.1, 2, 3, 4, up to 4.4. So you can find the version on the particular CPU. But if you are not sure of which version it is, you can just select version 4.0 or 4.1 or 4.2. It's just going to be one of those versions. Actually, the version doesn't actually really matter. It does not affect your code or your program in any way. So I could just select version 4.4. So the reason why I selected this particular PLC is because that's the PLC I have in my workshop, and I've been using this to train other students. So by using this PLC, I could decide to actually um, code the PLC physically, or I could decide to simulate it here in project. just okay with it. So I'm going to scroll down and I'll see where I will say add. That means I'm adding this particular device to my project. So I'm going to add the projects. Then I will wait for some time as it slows and creates itself. So I'm currently on the project view. I can jump back to the portal view, which is here where we're coming from. So I'll go back to the project view, then go back to the portal view, and then go to the project view. Portal view here, project view here. So here I've seen the Soul Selector PLC, which is on Oracle 0. I seen different aspects of it. There's the properties of the PLC down here. Here we see the catalogs where we can select our CPU, signal bus, communication bus, battery bus, digital input, digital output, digital input or digital output, analog input, analog output, analog input and analog output. And there are so many more and so forth. Here we have the analog hardware catalog, we have the online tools, stacks, libraries, and over here we have the devices, everything about the PLCs like device configuration, online diagnostics, program blocks, technology objects, external sources, PLC tags are under these devices. Okay, so I can scroll down or scroll up in this device overview. I have the zoom option here for the particular PLC. I can zoom up to 100%. Can scroll down this part. I can decide to check out the properties of these IOs or the network properties. When I click on this network, it will give me its properties down here because I'm under properties. So if I click on the PLC, it changes to the Siemens General PLC General Properties. So whatever you click depends on what you see down here. So I'm not going to waste too much time. I would I'm just trying to get familiar with this project view. So if you want to begin to write any program or any logic, you simply go to program blocks and click on this arrow. Once you click on this arrow, you see your main OV1 and double click. So this will open up the ladder logic interface where you can write your code. I can drag this downwards or I can drag this upwards, and from here we can begin to write our codes in any fashion we want. So over here I will just, for me to write my code, I will select here and I would begin to drag and drop this. I could just double click and double click. So the interface is just very simple. It's similar to S7 300 and 400. That's Semantic Manager. If you have ever used Semantic Manager before, we see that this is quite similar, very similar, and even easier to use. In a way, it's easier. In a way, it is might be difficult if you're not familiar with it. But when you're familiar with it, you see that it is generally easier than Semantic Manager. So when you click on this, you'll be able to add your latch. Then you can add any other. Doesn't matter. Close contact, open contact. Then you can drag this to this. The reason why I said it doesn't matter is because you can just select this and click here and change it to open contact if you prefer an open contact. So this is one of the reasons why I said this is easier than Semantic Manager. So to address it, I can click on this, double click and give it my address I0.0, double click, then I give this one Q0.0 and I double click. I give this one I0.1. I double click and I give this one I0.2 and I double click. So tagging is also quite easy. I'll simply click, right click, and I go to rename tag. Let's say tag one. I can call this start. That's can call this start underscore push button. I click and it appears there. Can click this ones, right click, and I go to rename tag and I call this one stop. No. Let me just call it running. Like let me call it Moto 1. Moto, just Moto is okay. So as long as they have the same tag, the tag here should be the same with that over there. So I'll change the tag to okay. I could just drag this onto this. So I'm not comfortable with that tag. I'll clean it. Then I want to use this tag. So let me call this one Moto. Double click. Then I'll just drag this tag over here. I'll drag this tag onto this. Yeah. So the latch is going to be created if the tag here and this tag here are the same. Okay. Control C, and then I control V. Okay, so that's another easy way of doing it. So I'll simply call this stop STOP. So if you are very familiar with I0.1, click then rename tag as we did before. So I'll cover this stop and I'll double click. So if you're ever familiar with Lala Logic on Siemens, you see that this is much similar to a Semantic Manager and it's very, very easy and straightforward. So we come to the end of this introductory class. In the subsequent class, we are going to be creating projects on different aspects of this bit logic. We are going to be creating more ladders and more codes in general. So thank you very much for watching. If this is your first time of watching our videos, please ensure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so that you can get more interesting videos. Also, ensure to turn up notification button so that you have first-hand information whenever we upload an interesting video like this one. Thank you.